With this current lockdown and the closing of schools, things have become very different for a lot of us. However, one way you can keep things feeling at least a little bit usual is by creating and sticking to a routine. Although we're not in school and our lessons are online, it can still be helpful to treat the day like you would if you were actually going into school. This can include simple things such as getting up and ready before your first lesson to make sure that you're awake. Small things like this can help to give your day some structure, which is easily lost staying inside most of the day. Another thing you could do is set yourself small tasks to complete throughout the day. This could be as simple as making your bed every morning. Things like this help to create some regularity and can also keep you occupied, even if it is just for a few minutes. By being productive, it helps to break the cycle of each day blended into one, as I'm sure everyone has experienced. Sticking to a routine like this can help to keep you sane until things start to go back to normal.
We are living in a time of incredible uncertainty, where it is impossible to guess what the future will look like for any of us. We are surrounded by a once-in-a-century pandemic, and us students are some of the worst affected. Therefore, we must fight for our future, a fight which has never been seen before in modern education. We are in a position where students are separated by quarantines, classrooms are filled with the silence of isolation, and teachers and students are as far apart as ever. So, it is our responsibility and duty that we work especially hard for the future we want, the future we deserve. As you may have heard, our GCSEs will be down to teacher-assessed grades. For us to get the grades that we deserve, we must show that we do deserve them. Without the evidence that we have worked hard, our teachers will have no basis to the grades they want to give us. No matter your opinion on your teacher, they want you to do good, but they are only willing to help those who help themselves first. So, it is paramount that we show our teachers that we are willing to do the work. It is for this reason that the school has issued punishments for those who don't wish to do the work or show that they have done the work. The GCSEs aren't the only thing that depends on your studies, but A-levels, getting into universities, applying for apprenticeships, getting a job, getting a house, starting a family, the entirety of our future hangs in the balance of what we do now. It is selfish, irresponsible and foolish to skip work. Teachers have gone out of their way to go above and beyond the call of duty. Teachers are already underfunded, understaffed and underrepresented, and the simplest thing we can do to make the actions justified is to do the work. I know I keep repeating this, but work is so important now. You are doing a disservice to your teachers if you skip lessons, dodge assignments, commit yourself to spending your days doing nothing. They have spent sleepless nights gift wrapping a grade, and it is highly offensive that their students do nothing about it. I will leave you with this. Sun Tzu was a famous Chinese strategist, and he once said, "The general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple ere the battle is fought. The general who loses the battle makes but few calculations beforehand. Thus, do many calculations lead to victory, and few to defeat."
Important to keep up with your education, especially over lockdown. One of the best ways to keep concentrated and focused on your work is by having a space to learn and having a desk set up. By staying in bed all day every day, you confine your routine to the same place. After a while, this will eventually get extremely tiring and you will soon become exhausted and unengaged. From having a space designated for work, it gives you the needed motivation to get out of bed and get ready for the day, and therefore ready for learning. Due to this maintained focus, you can continue with your learning outside of the classroom, and so when you do eventually come back to school, you haven't lost too much of your learning time. Having a desk set up also allows you to remain in a similar sort of routine that you would experience outside of lockdown. This means that when we do return to school life, this change won't be too much of a shock to the system, and therefore you can continue with your learning to the best of your abilities. The best way to achieve a desk setup is by leaning on a hard surface such as a desk or a table, for example. Make sure that you have all of the equipment that you'll be requiring for the day close by to avoid being unprepared. Make sure that you're connecting and engaging to your lessons and getting your screen breaks between periods. Thank you for listening and stay safe.
It can be really challenging for some people to keep a positive mindset during lockdown. Not being able to see family and friends and being away from everyday routine can be really tough for everyone. But that doesn't mean there aren't ways to stay happy and healthy. We are so lucky we have technology, so we are able to stay in touch with our friends, family, and even school while we are at home. Staying in touch with our friends is incredibly important, whether it's to say hello, ask how they've been, or what they've been watching on Netflix recently. Seeing your name on their screens might even brighten their day. But do try and take an hour or two every day away from your phones. Not only will this give your eyes a break, it will also let your body refresh after your day of online school. You may want to go for a walk, read a book, or spend some time with the people you live with. Exercise and eating healthily are also really important for your mental well-being. Please don't stress about exams or school. Attend all of your lessons and try and complete as much work as possible. If you are struggling or need a bit of extra time, please ask your teacher, because I'm sure they can give you some help. Although we don't know 100% what is going on with our exams, or with school for that matter, we've got to try and not to worry and to move our minds to something more important or less stressful to worry about, such as the end of the lockdown, end of year plans, and even starting sixth form or college. For any additional help or support, you can visit the school website, where there are plenty of links to mental health charities or helplines to help you stay safe this lockdown. Bye.
It's important to keep fit and healthy, especially over lockdown when it's hard to go outside and exercise. Sometimes it's easier to stay in the warm and watch Netflix, but it's good to get active and keep moving. You don't have to run a marathon or become a professional athlete, just get up and about and raise your heart rate. Little and often is the best way to stay in shape over lockdown. Even if that's going on a walk around your house or garden between lessons, or going on YouTube and finding quick and easy workouts to complete. There are numerous ways to stay active, even if you can't go to the gym or see your friends, which I know is really difficult at this time. It is scientifically proven that exercise not only improves your physical health, but your mental health too. It releases chemicals to make you feel confident, happy, and less anxious, as well as being able to improve thinking, learning, and judgment skills, which are vital for school. Days in lockdown can be a bit boring and cold. I know they are for me, especially during these freezing winter months, and physical activity breaks up these days, as well as adding variety and fun in between school hours. Thank you for listening, stay active and stay safe.